Alright, Alico 3, let's do an SGC bulk order reveal. We've got about 90 to 100, and these have been sitting in the office for like a month, but just haven't gotten around to filming the video yet. So I'll film it, and then we'll start uploading some of these into the store. Of course, some of these I'll keep for my collection, but you know, there's a lot that'll be sold eventually. So we'll start off with a 10. Third year David Ortiz. That's the SP Signature Edition. I think it's just a base auto. There's no like variations on this, but probably a print around 1,000. I don't know, maybe 500. But that one got a 10. Thicker card stock. This probably would have gotten hammered by PSA. Probably a 7 or something on the thickers. I requested no autographs on this order, so you know if the auto was on there. This probably is a 10 auto. It'd be the 10 and the 8.5. I've talked about it before. Personally, I just don't think that looks good aesthetically. So you know, I mean, some of these probably aren't going to add much value, but I mean, a card like this is just. This is a PC card. This is sick. So, SJAX, SPX, Spectrum to 25. That's an 8. I think that was a Beckett 8.5. Here's an 8.5 in the Calvin SP Authentic. That's got a nice swatch. All the colors coming through. $3.99 print. Hockey, Carter Hart, in this Ultimate Collection 2018. That's the RPA to 49 in an 8.5. This one didn't do that great. I was trying to get a 9 on this, but the Bowman autograph of Edge. These were pretty tough pulls though. So 8.5. You know that this is probably worth the same raw or maybe more raw. And I don't know, you maybe gain a little value with the 9. I think the 9.5 would step things up. Jack Hughes SPX. This is the retro kind, so it's got the 2000. It's got the 2009 design, I think. So that's a 9. That's got a low print though of 35, which is interesting. Prospect Premier's Griffey. This is his only autographed rookie, 2002. It's a neat card. And if you got the auto graded, SGC does not grade the auto if it's not a 10, so they wouldn't grade it anyways because see how it's outside of the bubble. Probably be like an 8. Rookie Threads auto of Calvin. This one got a 10. See, that auto is out of this box too. That'd be like an 8 or a 9 as well. But honestly, that box is small and it doesn't really matter to me. See how it's just a little off. It might be a little smudging too. I don't know. I don't ever look too closely at the autos. Obviously, if it's like smudged or faded, then I probably won't try to buy the card. But it doesn't really happen all that often. We saw 10 of this. Here's a 9, so did pretty good on these. I don't think this set's that tough though. It's a SP Signature on card. Those can be grabbed raw. I don't know currently, but maybe like $70 or something. Pretty cheap. Anquan Bolden, he's probably got Hall of Fame numbers. 1100 his SPX. He was in the high tier. Guys like Carson Palmer, Leftwich, Andre Johnson were in the lower tier of 250 prints. But Bolden. There's some pretty cool cards in this order. The grades so far aren't like overly impressive, but I think they're fair though and consistent. So that's good. SPX Peterson 299. That's just like the base one. We've got a Rivers Finest 399. Yeah, 399 print in a 9. What do you guys think though? Do you guys like the auto grade? Some people like it. To me, it's too messy. Doesn't look good. Ovation. This one definitely went lower than I thought. I might even snap this and just send it to PSA when if their prices come down to like 40 a card or something for bulk eventually. But the Ovation 250 print Vic on card. That's a great looking card though. It actually looks really good in the tux too. The white on black. Retro Refractor. This is the chrome design 556 print. The back is kind of like your paper card stock. The front's Topps chrome-ish feel. Interesting breeze card. Devontae Adams. I think this is the variation. The no ball. I had this marked as like a 9.5, so came back a 9, which isn't bad. And that's another one. I think that one looks good in the SGC. Certain cards I like in the case. Sometimes there's certain like shiny cards I don't think look good in SGC. Smudged on the face, but Peterson. So there hasn't been a whole lot of 10s yet. Some of these sets are kind of tough though. But that's the base Bowman Chrome. It's an interesting one. I bought this from a guy, and I definitely overpaid. And I think it was a GAI 10 or 9.5 or something. But see that back right there? I didn't know how hard they were gonna hammer that edge right there. I was thinking maybe I could pull a 9, but 8.5, which is probably fair. So, maybe it's worth snapping this and giving PSA a look and try to get a 9. But honestly, I don't know if they're gonna do it on that edge. But the rest of the card's pretty much flawless, and the auto looks great. So it's a good eye appeal. Tomlinson contenders for sure. I'll probably keep that one. 8.5 on Nitro Tops. Always shooting for 9s on a card like this to get some value out of it. So 8.5 is not that great, but it was worth a try. I knew it was on the cusp. 8.5. I think this was a PSA 7 snap out that I was just like, nah, it's not a 7. So I snapped it out. I wouldn't say this card's mint, but it's just not a 7 caliber card. And that's printed at 25 too. That's the Bowman auto. Larry Johnson Ultimate Rookies Gold. That's a 10. That one did good. There's a Chiefs card. You know, here's another. So I was just kind of having fun with this order. It's not always about like trying to maximize profits and send in, you know, the most coveted players all the time. Part of it's just collecting. And this Alex Smith card's cool. So Alex Smith had like 5 good years with the Chiefs and some years with the Niners. This is the Ultimate Collection. So I picked it up raw. I don't know, $50-$60, and it looked good. I thought it was a 9 or a 9.5, so I sent it in. This is one I thought was a 10. I don't think I would have sent it in just because. I mean, it was only $10 raw, and Barber was a battering ram beast, so it's a cool card. So this is the set with Frank Gore in it too. He's got the same print too, 225. Rodgers and Alex Smith, you know, are the lower tier, so they've got the 99 print. Jamal Lewis Future Watch 9, probably a $40-$50 card. Great player though. You know, he's another guy that he's not going to go in the Hall of Fame, but his numbers are Hall of very good. And I've got a soft spot for running backs. There's a lot of running backs in this order. Steven Jackson makes the cut. This was a great set. I used to chase these when they came out back in 2004, 2005. I just thought the overall design and look of the card was great. Just clean on-card auto. It's got the Bowman Chrome look to it. The photography was on point. I like how it's got the little certified autograph issue right there. It's got the rookie card. It's numbered on the back. It's just got everything going for it. So, great set. Tons of cool sets in 2004. Here's the Hollow. These have probably fallen off. I don't really know, but I might just keep this one in the collection. 9.5 probably would sell for around a PSA 9, maybe a little under. I don't know. But the Hollow Herbert from Optic 20. Here's a Curry. That's the base star rookies. I think his stuff's gone up. I haven't really checked his market, but you know, the all-time 3-point record can't hurt. So star rookies, Curry 9.5, fixed price. That's just how I tend to sell SGC. That they seem to do better in fixed price. There's another Jamal 9.5 on that one. Probably $70, $80 card at a 9.5. I think those are 20 or 30 raw. Joe Thomas. This is cool. It's got, see, I just talked about, I'm not a huge Shine fan with SGC, but this one looks good. So it just depends on the card. Joe Thomas, Bowman Chrome Refractor in a 10. The card's cool looking. For a Browns fan, maybe a card you'd want. Probably a pop one. I don't think anybody else is sending stuff like that in. Peyton Manning, 9.5 Bowman. These have fallen off. PSA 10s are like 250 now. They were 500. I'd probably guess this card would be in the 70 to 85 range. There's just a huge gap from an SGC 9.5 to a PSA 10. This will go in the collection because I came across this card. It was a Blazer. This set's not a gimme either. Just with that gray, it's chipped up and dinged in a lot. So Ovechkin MVP. I think I've got the victory graded as a 9. So a 9.5 is good on the MVP. Let's keep going. Tony Gwynn Elite Series. You know, this isn't good at all. I'm looking for a 9 on this. So yeah, I think the days of just absolutely crushing it on grading orders, probably a thing of the past. Probably more modest. You know, it's just tougher when you factor in that the market's gone down a lot and the grading fees have gone up. So when you factor those together, it just makes it tougher. Here's the Edge Refractor 9.5. So I mean, if you're selling your SGC, a lot of people know this. Just try to be a little more patient. Hot gloves. This is such a sick card. It's underrated too. Griffey raw, I think, is, you know, 350 to 500, but you can get Bonds for like 100. So just you know, Bonds. I'm definitely more of a Griffey fan, but Bonds had the better career, obviously. Steroids or no steroids, I don't know. He probably would have had a better career even without the steroids. He was on a good pace. Jamal Lewis, 16 of 100. This is the UD Ionics, just a sick college photo, on-card autograph. It's numbered. It's got everything going for it. Ionics 2000. Yeah, I was shooting for a 9 on this, so this was a failure. But Kane, Fleer Ultra rookie from 2007. Elias Pettersson, that's the Young Guns canvas in a 10, so there's a 10. There are some 10s in here. You know, it wasn't like my best order. It just wasn't great, but I don't think it was bad either. You got to temper your expectations on a lot of these sets. And trying to find these cards, you know, in great condition out in the wild. Raw is definitely a grind. But here's a Brady 10 in the Prism, and that one looks like it's centered up great. So I'll probably keep this one. It's got good eye appeal. Palomalu SPX 1500. There's also a Spectrum version, I think the 25, that I've been trying to buy from somebody, but they won't budge on the price. Kobe Ultra gets an 8. This was this is probably one I thought was going to be an 8.5 or maybe even higher, but it didn't do well. Ortiz Fleer, this is a pretty easy set. The card stock's kind of got like a canvas feel to it. I've come across a lot of copies of this card that are just clean. You know, I've pulled PSA 10s on this, SGC 10s, and this SGC 95 followed suit. Bowman's Best Breeze 14.99, great shine, almost has like a hollow refractor look to it. But the 8.5, pretty average. Great card and for the tux. You know, it's got the old school 50s, 60s baseball card look, so it's just made for a tux. But Fleer Tradition Pujols in a 9. And we've got about 40 left. Let me adjust the stack over here. Chubb Optic 110. Is that right? Yeah, I was thinking it was 150 for some reason, but that's the Optic Auto 9.5. That'll go into the PC. I like Chubb for the long run. And this is sick. Calvin Blue Refractor 07. That one's not numbered, but great looking Cal. Tops Flagship Peyton 9.5. Little Kyler. Another 9.5 on the base prism. 10s were tough this order. I don't know what happened with this one. It's weird. This was a PSA 9. I honestly thought I had a chance at a 10. It's just centered up well. It looks great. So I don't agree with an 8.5 on this one. I was thinking at least a 9.5. But that's the nature of it. You know, not always going to agree with every grade. Hobby Red, Peyton. That's a neat one. This is a weird card I sent in, but it's the black 101 from Elite. I'll just toss this in auction and see what... I mean, it was like $60, so I don't know if it'll go much more than that, but Zeke Elite 2020. It's the 2001 Elite design. Laser Prism 9.5. I mean, just tough for that the grader in this order to push forward to a 10 on some of these. Pretty modest grader. Bowman Chrome though. This Bowman Chrome Manning, which these have come down a lot, like a lot of cards in the market, but still, it's nice to get a 10 on the Bowman Chrome. '07 Topps Cal. This is one of the toughest sets I've actually ever came across. Never gotten a 10 on this of Peterson or any rookie from this set. So 9 is actually really good on that card. Fitzgerald Gold 8.5. This one's out of $4.99. Pretty respectable card, all things considered, with that set, with the chipping issues. This is the Upper Deck MVP Kane. It's got like the silver script look to it. That one gets a 9.5. Acuna Refractor. I'm thinking this is, yeah, it's top to bottom. That Topps Chrome just seems to be up a little bit. So just precise grading going on out there in Florida. 8.5 on Gold Medallion. $8.5 on Ohtani. I do like how they take advantage of the 8.5 and utilize it, because to me an 8.5 happens often in the hobby. Tweener cards that are nicer than an 8 but not quite mint. So there's a ton of cards out there like that. Here's another one. Definitely another respectable card, but you just see the white coming in at the top there. So This is the Mere Green Herbert to 5. Kind of interesting. Certified 2021. So second year Herbert. Got a 10 on that one. Chrome traded Ichiro Pujols, 9. That's just the base, so I think PSAs are around 150. Some maybe fight to get $100 out of this. Here's Topps. That's cool. Flagship Moss Topps in a 10. So here's the Flea Ortiz I was talking about. I was talking about how the set's not the toughest set, and the graded ones sell for pretty good. I think PSA 10s go for like 500. SGCs maybe like 350. You can scoop them up raw for 75. Elite Series 10K print. This is one of the most iconic Griffey cards, I think. And actually at the time 10,000 was pretty low, so 10,000 print on that Griff. Urlacher Topps Chrome 1650. Now, if Brady had a card, like I can't imagine if he had a Topps Chrome refractor, how much that would sell for. Crazy. Here's the SP Game Used Edition, $9.99. LeBron, 8.5. Yep, deadly accurate grading. Uh, 9.5 on this one. Star rookie LeBron. These have fallen off a cliff. This is probably only like what, maybe like $350 to $450 $100 card at this point. These were over 1,000, I think. Hollow Prism Christian McCaffrey, who's kind of he doesn't really play anymore. He didn't play much last year. He didn't play this year really. It's kind of it'd be interesting to see what happens with him. Shiny refractor of 07 Topps Calvin in a 9. Hot Gloves Chipper gets a 9. We've got the base Peterson in the 10. This might be the second one of this card that we saw. This set's pretty easy to evaluate though. Flagship Topps in an 8. That one's got some, just not terrible, but right to left's off. Probably some imperfection on the edge or corner or something. But 8.5 on the draft pick. LeBron. Of course, one of the pros of getting graded cards is selling them. You typically don't have people complaining about condition because it's not your opinion. It's a third party that put the grades on the cards. Leaf Preview. This is such a great card. I'd be curious to know the print run on these Leaf Preview Griffies. It's got to be like 1,000 or something low. Maybe it's more because this was the junk wax era, but those previews don't pop up that much. Star Date's always a cool one to try to grade. There's a 9. BCP 127 and a 10. There's a cool Otani coming up. City Heights. These were once $500-$600 in a 10. PSA 10. Now I think they're like half that, maybe. But there's a 9.5. We've got the MVP in a 9.5. So yeah, I was close on a lot of these, close on a lot of these 9.5s. Just couldn't quite get there. Now the question is, would some of these 9.5s be PSA 10s? Probably. It would depend on the grader and the mood, but there's a chance a lot of them could be PSA 10s. But grading's so expensive with PSA 2. The action variation, that's sick. That was actually snapped from a BGS 9.5 True Plus. It was a PC card, so I just didn't want it in the Beckett case. And Topps Chrome Philip Rivers to round out. So that's it. 9-5 on the Rivers. Yeah, I don't think that was the best. I don't think it was bad, but it wasn't like the best, most impressive SGC order. I kind of held back some of the bigger cards for for different orders, but it was still good. I thought it was solid. So I'll upload this. Let me know what you guys think on that.